Well, I was given the theme common ground and common good. And so there are two parts of a phrase, and I thought I'll start with four corners, and I'll start with two parts. And so I drew out a shape, and worked with a maquette as to how that would sit. And the flat pieces, I then wanted to make them curved so that they were no longer corners, but they were almost like an embrace, and moving towards, and that idea of seeking common ground. And so where the pieces are at their highest point is where they come together, and in my mind they're embracing kind of common ground. Also, you'll see on each of the parts that there are those three. You'll see them just now, the three kind of they look like stitches in the glass, or three just lines, and for me that marks out, I love the number three, but I also love the idea of Trinity and what that translates into our thinking and our praying. The colours that I chose were very much based on the fact that we live in an island, so the greens and the blues and turquoises of our ocean, and greens in there of our lovely Emerald Isle. I have a technique whereby I can fire, you'll see it there, fire text and photographs into the glass, so that those marks will never ever come off. They can't be scratched out, they're permanent. And I've put two photographs in there. You'll see just at the moment there's the map of Belfast, and the piece that's behind there, it's a very old map. But there's also a little photograph that I took of the interior of a church which St. Patrick actually established. So we have that idea of how Christianity came to Ireland. They are sepia and faded. So, you know, we have the past behind us. We're looking forward with hope and with the idea of reconciliation, common ground and common good. I also put in there text and asked for intellectual property from Aaron Boyd and Steve Stockman. And Aaron Boyd is part of the band that was Blue Tree, and a line that always stuck with me, which he sung about Belfast, was "Greater things are yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city." Now, when he sung that, he was when he wrote it, he was talking about Belfast, and so that is one of the greatest things that we can take on, that God has something greater for this city than what we have in the past.
Well, that's a powerful, let me pause you there. That's a powerful, just give us that sentence again that you said.
Greater things are yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city.
And then what did you say there about that then you brought God to us? What was it you said there?
Well, I can't actually remember. I think that it was about, that's one of the greatest things that we can have is hope. And, you know, if we have that in our mind as we pray for our city and for the four corners of our city, we are not just praying about a specific circumstance, but we're praying with this idea, this passion that our city has better days to come, has powerful things to happen in it that we have not yet seen in the history of this place.
And Eleanor-Jane, your piece of art is almost like a window into that hopefulness. It brings also the pain that we've been through and the reality of our story. And I just want to thank you so much for making this piece of art and bringing it to us. I want to give space now for you, friends, to engage again with our piece of art, and just to engage also with what Eleanor-Jane shared with us there. And again, I'm going to ask you to go back to our chat function and just to share prayerfully with us, where does this piece of art take you? How does it speak to you? the art and how Eleanor-Jane has described it as well. So we're going to create a little moment or two for some chat, and then we're going to move over to McKayla to lead us in a contemplation and a prayer. Where does our art take you? What came up for you? Thanks, Carole. Carole has put the lyrics to the song there in the chat. Thanks, Paul. A fragile beauty. Gladys, you're right. The piece of art, it looks like it's embracing itself. It's beautiful. Fergus, when the two pieces form one, the power of that, yeah. Thanks, Muriel. Despite all that has happened, God's light shines through. Yeah, the technical ability to do this, Neville, yeah, I am in awe of it as well. Just encourage you to read the chat because we are creating our own prayer. Yes, Louise. Yeah. Different but beautiful from every angle. And Austin Ivory tonight shared with us the idea that we can't just pretend we're not different and smooth over differences. We should see our differences and celebrate our differences. That's beautiful too. Thank you. Friends, continue to type away and continue to engage with our piece of art. Eleanor-Jane is going to stay with us through our prayer. We are all in awe of your talent, Eleanor-Jane, as you can see. And I'm going to hand you over to my co-host for night prayer, McKayla, to lead us in this next section of our prayer.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you again, Eleanor-Jane. It is just a marvelous piece of work and a lot of beauty. So thank you for creating that for us tonight. And so now I invite each of you to just adopt this posture of reflection, maybe going back and looking through what you said or what others had said in the chat. Just settle yourself here. So the posture I'd like to bring us through tonight is inspired by Eleanor-Jane's work of art. And this was a personal work of art, so take this personally for yourself as well. So continue to just take a few deep breaths, and closing your eyes if you'd like. I just want you to be reminded of what you're bringing with you in tonight's prayer, all of your uniqueness, all of your history. Whether you bring hope or fear or joy or hesitation. Allow space for each thought and feeling. Now, with a present spirit, I'd like to invite us now to turn to time of worship. So Jim, would you mind leading us in a song?
Thank you, McKayla. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. I am the Lord that healeth thee. I am the Lord that healeth thee. I am the Lord that healeth thee. In thee, O Lord, I put my trust. In thee, O Lord, I put my trust. In thee, O Lord, I put my trust.
Thank you, Jim. And now, Richard, would you be able to spotlight Eleanor-Jane's artwork for us? So now I'd like to invite you all back into this posture of yourself, closing your eyes, maybe even placing a hand on your heart, on your stomach, maybe even your lap. Just be in a space that's comfortable for you. Bring your attention now to your breath. As you inhale, be reminded of the wonder of your being. And as you exhale, be reminded of the wounds you might carry as well. Allow space for both of these things. Be reminded of the cross in Eleanor-Jane's artwork. It is a twisted and a painful cross. Created through the burning, the artwork of Eleanor-Jane. Let this be a reminder that in the wounding of the cross, there is sanctification. Jesus died for all of Belfast. He died for East Belfast. He died for West Belfast. He died for North Belfast. He died for South Belfast. His wounds brought sanctification and salvation to each of us here tonight. To each soul in each corner of Belfast who loves him. I invite you to continue to breathe in the wonder. And as you exhale, give your praise to God. Now I want to remind you of the lyric that Eleanor-Jane shared. Greater things are yet to come. And greater things are still to be done in this city. Greater things are yet to come. Greater things are still to be done in this city. find hope in our city. Hope in Belfast. Now, as we close out night prayer, I invite you to just take 3 deep breaths to bring you back into your physical space. Thank you all for joining us for night prayer. Now, Jim, if you'd like to make your final comments on the artists and what we have to expect for the week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, McKayla. Wasn't that just beautiful?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is the rhythm for the week. 30 minutes or so at the end of the day to finish the day in prayer. So please God, you will be able to join us the rest of the week. Tomorrow, Fergus, you're tomorrow. Me and it's you. So Fergus will join us with a different piece of art and a different medium. For tonight, Eleanor-Jane, thank you so much for your beautiful piece of art. It's a work of contemplation in itself. I want to thank Richard in the background from Accidental Theatre, who is keeping this all going online. You'll see on the screen beside my bake, you'll see there is some details on a little slide there. If you'd like to get some more information to view Eleanor-Jane's work, maybe even commission your own piece from Eleanor-Jane's, you see the details there online. Keep a note of them. Some of the pieces of art, at least some of the pieces of art this week that you see will also be for sale. So you could consider that. They do go online earlier in the day, so you have to be very quick. And I can tell you that Eleanor-Jane's piece is already sold to one very lucky person. So, but keep an eye on her website and drop her an email if you want to hear any more. I just want to say thank you to you for joining us. There are currently 47 of us on the screen. That's just amazing. What a great community of hope and prayer. McKayla, my co-host, and for myself, we want to thank you. Just as we finish, feel free to go back into our chat and say goodbye or say anything that you want to say as we finish. We see Gladys is saying amen and Carol is saying thanks. Fiona is saying thanks. So you just type in there if you want. This is a little community that we have created. And we will see you for another day in the festival tomorrow. Check out our website for details. If you've booked, well done. If not, you can see online as well as go in person. And McKayla and I will see you tomorrow night here at 10 o'clock. So we'll keep the meeting going for a moment to give you a chance to type in and say your goodbyes and give us a wave. And we'll see you tomorrow. Good night. God bless everybody.
Night.
See you all later.